Welcome back to OneStopTutorials.com. It's me, Alibaba. How you doing, guys and girls? Great to be here live from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Okay, this is it. Flash is in front of us, voted in by the members of One Stop Tutorials, the fans of One Stop Tutorials. They all wanted, well, not all of them. It was a big vote, and Flash came in first. And that's our next tutorial course. We're going to get into Flash. This is a great, fun program to get into. It is not as complicated. We're going to go through the basics. We're going to go through the tools. We're going to go through where different palettes are and stuff like that. And we're going to have a little play around. This is a fun program. You can add this to your websites. You can add this to your projects just to get that bit of je ne sais quoi. Okay. Now, when you open up Flash for the first time, you'll get this welcome screen. And what it is basically is it's allowing you to create new files. You got here Flash File 3, ActionScript 2s. You can allow Flash files for mobile devices, JavaScript, things like that. Okay, we're going to go through some of these. We're not going to go through all of these in this course, but I'm sure at a later date we will come in. The next thing to the right here, you can create templates, and this is pre-made advertising templates. This has the pre-made size. It's like a 120 by 600 skyscrapers. Okay, similar to Google AdSense and other stuff like that. This is good for adding advertising to your website, and you can make it yourself. Okay, so that's what that does. And what you also have here is you have the choice of actually turning off this screen. Okay, you got this little box down the bottom here that says don't show again. You can left click on that, will do it. Will tell you, yep, you're about to turn this off. You can hit OK, and that means every time you log in a Flash now, you don't have to have this welcome screen. It's entirely up to you. So let's get into a Flash file, ActionScript 3.0, and here it is, Flash. You know, it looks a bit scary, it can be a bit daunting, but trust me, it's like using Photoshop for the first time. Once you get in here, once you get into the nitty-gritty, things will start moving along fast. Okay, you have at the top here, depending on actually what mode you're in, but generally this is how I like to have it anyway, and I'll show you how to move the palettes around. But what you have here is you have your timeline. This is where you're going to spend most of your time building your animations, building your stuff in here. Okay, setting times for stuff fading in, fading out. Okay, this is your timeline, and we're definitely going to be using this a lot. Next here you have here is this is the stage, and this is what is going to be the final Flash result, meaning that this is what you're going to export out to either an HTML document, a Flash document, whatever. We'll get into that later on how to do that, but this is the area that you're going to be working in. Next here on the right I have here, this is all your palette panel docs. Okay, this is where you got all your color, your swatches, your things like that. Here you got your properties, and again after this one I'm going to show you how to come in here and change all this and move stuff around. And the next on the left here I have set up, and this is where all the tools are. Okay, so what I want to do is actually I want to show you quickly on how you can actually move stuff around. Okay, this is a basic look. This is a look that I've actually chosen. Now you don't actually have to have this look. If you come up to where it says classic at the top here, and remembering that I'm using version CS4, CS3, I'm not sure if the button's actually there. It's probably definitely not there in number 8. But all it is you've got some, if you click on the little arrow that points down here, you can actually change your panels to suit whatever you're trying to do. So you can be an animator, a debug, okay, you can come in, be a designer. Again, it's just allowing you more tools for different stuff. I'm limited on space here, that's why it looks really squashed. A developer, and what it does is it gives you these presets of where the things should be considering on what you're doing. So if you're a developer, it'll allow you to have your project, your library, your components. Okay, I quite like the classic view myself. I like having my tools at the left because I'm used to working with Photoshop. Again, this is personal preference. Now let's say if you didn't want to have your tools at the left, what you can do is where this gray bar is, you can click up, you can actually undock them, we say, or you can move them back. You just look for that blue line that's going down the side, you can move them back, and you can also scroll these in all the way down. Okay, you have these little arrows, and what these little arrows will do, allow you to collapse it so you can see just the icon, or if you left click in between on this line here, it'll allow you to drag it across so you can see the actual icon and the name. Okay, so you got the icon and the name. I'm going to squeeze this, left click, drag this back, and I'm actually going to just click on the arrow so I got my tools down. Another thing that you have here is when you click on one of these actual palettes, okay, and let's say I was to come in and change a color of some kind, you'll notice that it actually automatically collapses for me. So you know, I've opened up my palette. Let's say I want to use the actual stage here. You would notice that it automatically collapses it for you. If you didn't want that, all you need to do is right click and choose here auto collapse iconic panels. Just make sure that that is unchecked, which now means anytime you use it, the panel will actually stay open until you physically actually click on this arrow. Okay, up the top here I've chosen to have the timeline at the top here. Again, if you didn't want it there, you can simply left click, drag it down. You can move it out, you can move it to the bottom, you can dock it in a new area. It all depends on where you like to have it. Okay, I'm going to put it back at the top because I quite like it. I'm going to put that one in there with that. What you can also do is you can also switch, so you can left click, drag timeline across. So left click, drag across, okay, and that will allow you to flip between different ones. Also, the same as the tools, you can grab, left click, drag across, so you can actually see the icon and the name. Again, you can left click. Again, you can drag these out. You've got so much power. If you've used other Adobe products, then you're very familiar on how to use this. Okay. My properties in Dreamweaver, in Flash CS3, properties are generally at the bottom here. Well, I don't actually like this. I quite like having them to the left here. Okay, I like keeping mine over here so I can click in. The properties is an important one. When you come into most tools, okay, it will offer you different options inside of the actual properties palette. Okay. To collapse, like let's say the timeline here, what you can do is double left click on this gray bar. This will allow you to collapse it down, and it will allow you basically to have more space. So now you've got a general understanding of how to move palettes around and how to manipulate them and stuff like that. Let's start getting into some stuff here and making this program become really fun really fast. Take it easy, guys and girls. Please subscribe to YouTube, check out my website. I shall catch you guys and girls at the next Flash Gordon one-stop tutorials. Laters, everyone.